Today is a very, very happy day. Maybe the happiest of my life, you see. About 11 years ago I lost the other sock of this, and today I found it. So I now have a matching pair of socks again, and it's great because it's actually something I can finally tick off my list.
There we go.
Bookish people, how are we all doing today? I hope we're all having a good day. If you're new here, my name is Mark. This is Toast Dragon Fantasy, where I discuss fantasy. Before we get into today's video, I'd actually like to start with a couple of thank yous. The first being from Indie Insomniac. The reason I'm thanking him today is because he featured me in a shout out, which was really, really nice of him. As a brand new channel, you kind of need all the help you can get, and for him to give me that kind of shout out so early on was really quite humbling. So thank you to him. And the second shout out goes to Kitty G, because she bigged me up, blood rap, on Twitter, and that got quite a nice response as well. So thank you to Kitty G. She's one of my favourite booktubers. Obviously she specialises in fantasy as well, so it was really nice of her to do that as well. Neither of them had to, but they did, and I'm very, very grateful. Today, we are getting back to the book talk. We are going to talk about upcoming releases this summer. 6 of them. So yeah, it should be a good time for everyone. Good fun. Lots of fun. Fun. Have fun. The first novel that I'm going to talk about is Pendragon, a novel of the Dark Age. It is written by James Wilde, and it is published by Bantam Press. This book comes out on the 13th of July of this year, so a little under 2 months to wait. Now, the reason I'm interested in this book is because it is kind of a mixture of ancient Rome and fantasy. This book certainly has its elements of Game of Thrones, namely the wall. This aspect of Game of Thrones itself was based on Hadrian's Wall in England. This book is focusing on the same landmark in Britain. It's back in ancient Roman times. Hadrian's Wall is this barrier between the kingdom and what lurks beyond. And like in Game of Thrones, no one wants to go beyond the wall. They don't want to find out what's lurking beyond. The story focuses on Lucanus. He's known as the Wolf. He is a member of the Roman army, and one day he is forced to go beyond the wall because his friend's son is kidnapped. Once beyond the wall, he finds that he's very much not alone. There are factions from all around the Roman Empire. They are all congregating to search for one thing, and that thing is a source of great power which will be found by the Mark of the Dragon. So that's pretty cool. I guess it's just a case of him trying to beat these factions to this source of great power. And to find the kid, I suppose. You know, I guess that's quite important. Next up, we have Darien, Empire of the Salt, written by C.F. Iggulden. The book is published by Michael Joseph, and it comes out on the 13th of July this year. Now, Darien is a city in the centre of Great Empire. It is ruled by 12 noble families. However, Darien's time is coming to an end. The empire has grown vulnerable, it has grown ignorant, it's grown complacent, and no one of the hierarchy is spotting this problem. Is spotting that these things are going wrong. There is a plot involved, a plot to kill the king of this empire, or I suppose it'd be an emperor really, wouldn't he? Wouldn't be a king. And the assailants are a group of misfits, a group of people who probably should have no reason to be together unless they're clobbered together, because they all have special abilities, each of which will be useful in the overthrow of an emperor. So we have, for example, an old swordsman, a boy who cannot speak, a gambler, and a talented girl. That's all that's said. A talented girl. She, I imagine, will be central to this plot. It gives me vibes of the Final Empire, because obviously that's kind of involves the same sort of heist plotline. The third book is The Witchwood Crown by Tad Williams. This will be published by Hodder and Stoughton, and it comes out on the 29th of June 2017. Tad Williams. Tad Williams is a big deal. He's kind of a big deal, and I've never read anything by him. He's most famous, I suppose, for his Memory, Sorrow and Thorn series, and I believe that this is kind of a sequel series. It takes place 30 years after the events of that book, or that series. Simon Snowlock, he's now struggling. He's now at the end of his kind of reign. His son is dead, and his grandson is what's described as a wastrel. So I imagine that this story revolves around his kind of redemption, because the reason that he needs to be redeemed, the reason why he needs to step up to the plate, is because the old enemies are returning. The Norn Queen is what she is called. She is an ally of the old king that Simon and his band killed in the previous series. I don't think she'll be very happy about what's transpired since she went to sleep. So I imagine it's her gathering up her strength to attempt to retake the kingdom from Simon and his grandson. Fourth book is Godblind. This book is written by Anna Stevens. It is published by Harper Voyager, one of the big hitters in fantasy publishing, and it comes out on the 15th of June 2017. This is a debut novel, which is always exciting, and it tells the story of two neighbouring kingdoms who have grown up in the midst of another fall. These two kingdoms have a fragile peace, but it holds because the two kings are both strong men. But then the king of Rilpor, one of the kingdoms in question, his queen dies, and it puts him in a bad place. It sends him on a road to despair, and because of this, the king of the other kingdom, Miraces, sees weakness and is about ready to exploit it and conquer Rilpor. The kind of tagline on the front cover of this book is "The Red Gods are rising," led by a dark lady, not a dark lord, a dark lady. So I imagine that in the background of this battle between these two kingdoms, we have this power rising from the ashes, who will eventually threaten both kingdoms. That's how I am predicting this will go. The fifth book is Blackwing by Ed MacDonald. It is published by Galanx, another mega hitter in the fantasy publishing world, and it comes out on the 27th of July 2017. Republic on one side, we've got the Empire on the other side. Neither of them like each other very much. The Republic is protected by a group called Blackwings, and their leader is Galharrow. A long time before this, the current days, the Empire and the Republic were involved in a big battle. It was not conclusive, and the only reason it wasn't conclusive was because the Republic had a mega weapon called the Engine. It's a wizardly weapon which kept the Empire at bay, sent them away for 80 years, and everything was good and everything was protected. Galharrow is sent to investigate or he's sent to check on a fortress which is on the frontier between the Empire and the Republic. But when he gets there, he finds that everything's got a bit black. You know, there's plotting involved against the Republic, nothing's going right. And to top it all off, while he's there, they're ambushed. They are ambushed, and the weapon that is based at this frontier, it doesn't work. So now the Empire potentially have a way in, because they know that the only thing stopping them from taking over doesn't work anymore. I imagine that's where it goes. I imagine that's how it will kind of culminate, the Empire marching across the lands to take over. And I'm guessing that Galharrow will have to either lead the forces in the old traditional way, or will have to find a way of getting this weapon to work again. And the final book that I'm going to talk about today is The Court of Broken Knives by Anna Smith Spark, which is a very cool name. This is the second book that I'm mentioning that is published by Harper Voyager, and it comes out on the 29th of June 2017. We have an empire, golden age, it's gone through a wonderful time, it's now coming to an end, and enemies are gathering, basically. The empire is very oblivious to these enemies and is going along as if nothing is amiss. One man has spotted the danger. His name is Oren Emerith. He knows that if things carry on the way they are, the Empire is going to get sacked. So he takes it upon himself with his merry band of soldiers to partake in one mission and one mission only, and that is to infiltrate the city of Sorloth, kill the Empire, and rebuild it so that they don't get taken over. Right then, that's great grammar, good one. Boom. Those are the 6 books that I'm going to talk about today in this video. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because that tells me how well the video is doing. If you have only just discovered me through this video and you would like to watch some of my other videos, feel free to. And if you think that the stuff that I'm churning out is good, subscribe to the channel, and obviously more videos will come your way. But with that being said, my name is Mark. This is Toast Dragon Fantasy, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.